Hey, this is Mr. Whaley. It's been a pleasure to have you in my class this semester. I want to support you in your semester exam preparations. So this is, well, you'll know what this is if you're in my class. It's the review for parts 1 and 2 of 3 for Forensic Science semester final exam. Answer the review questions on the right. Anything in red should be red/blued and modified by the student to the best of their ability. Each valid answer is worth 1 point here. On the final, some questions will be worth more points than others. Red/blue these instructions, okay? When you've read these, turn them blue. Now I'm going to go through this very quickly. I expect you to actually answer these and then watch this video so you can correct your misconceptions in the best way. That makes the best use of your time. But if you want to pause the video and do that one at a time, that's fine too. Use the CER rubric. Okay, I'm going to click that. And I'm not sure if the student can do this, but I can open a preview so it pops up over here. Is the following a description of a claim, statement, evidence, discussion, or a reasoned explanation? The problem is identified with accuracy and precision. Is that an example of claim, evidence, or reasoning? So I look on this rubric. You can see it right here. The problem is identified with accuracy and precision. That is my claim about the problem needs to be written in that way. Next question is also using the rubric. Is the following a description of a claim, statement, evidence, discussion, or a reasoned explanation? All significant evidence is collected and analyzed carefully. Well, discuss how evidence was collected and how it was analyzed. Significant evidence is collected and analyzed carefully. That is about evidence. And finally, is the following a description of a claim, statement, evidence, discussion, or reasoned explanation? Reasoning connects all evidence to the claim statement. If results of investigation are inconclusive, the reasoning for specific further investigation is complete. Okay, so explain/provide reasoning why the evidence supports the claim and how strongly. Well, reasoning connects all evidence to conclusion. If the results of the investigation are inconclusive, the reasoning for specific further investigation is also provided. So this is in your reasoning. You said something like, this claim that there was a homicide makes sense most of all because the items of the bloody rag and the candy the gift of candy indicates someone else was there in the moment of the death. However, there are other items such as blank, blah, 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 that don't seem to support this claim, but neither do they conflict with it. So that's an example of I'm mentioning those connections and how some connect and others don't as much. Okay, which of the following is an example of stating a claim, which is a concise answer to the essential question or problem? Okay, and there are 3 examples here. I'm going to let you read through those, take the time to read each one, and decide only one of those is a actual claim statement that is an answer to the essential question or problem. So what happened? Okay, which of the following are or is an example of discussing evidence? Well, there's a question. That makes the problem kind of known. How can we predict something? And then it says we can predict something. So that's a claim statement. That's not discussing evidence. So both of those are out. But then this one, we observed and/or collected evidence by. Well, that's discussing evidence. And we analyze the evidence by. Well, that's also discussing evidence. Those should be left there. What occurs right before the analysis stage of a scientific investigation? Well, explaining the claim statement? Nope. Claim statement is just a claim statement. Gathering evidence? That sounds right. That's right before we analyze the evidence. We need to describe how did we gather it? How do we know that? And then claiming to be an expert? Well, that's kind of irrelevant. So let's delete that one and just leave that middle answer. Use your sketching resources, rubric, glossary, videos, to answer the following questions. So I'm not going to go to those right now, but that's with all your sketching assignments. Did you turn in a glossary where you described and depicted vocabulary for sketching a crime scene? Yes or no? Did you turn in a sketch where you applied your knowledge to analyzing a nutshell crime scene? Yes or no? Watch this video. You may or may not have watched it when we were supposed to earlier this semester. How do you know what the evidence items are? So they describe that in the video. The answer that I would produce would be connecting a legend with a numbering system of the items of evidence on the sketch. Next question. Give an example from the video of a fixed point of reference. I believe that would be the corner of a room, like where two walls join, and we can measure from those walls to where the body is, and or in like a rectangular way or a triangulation kind of measurements from the fixed points. What is an example of a point of entry, door or window? Identify 3 examples of a scale of proportion. We could do 1 inch equals 1 foot. For example, in the nutshell studies, those 3D models, we could do 1/2 inch on the sketch equals 1 foot in real life. We could do 1/4 of an inch equals 1 foot in real life. Those are examples of scales of proportion. Which is a fixed point, a bed or the corner of a room? Oh, a bed or the corner of a room. It's the corner of a room. A bed you can move. What is the one thing that determines your success out of high school, and out of college? Well, your connection with your teachers or professors and your connection with your classmates. So connection. Whatever you do, make it whale money.